Welcome to the next Skyblock movie. This will be parts 6 through 10. I'll try and remove everything relating to the individual episodes, but I hope you enjoy. Okay. At the end of the last episode, I may have died. So the first thing we're going to do in this episode is regain our equipment. Luckily, this is Skyblock, so I did not have anything of value in a sense, just an annoyance, that I died. If you missed it, here's a clip of that right now. And essentially, as you can see, I fell through a hole. First thing I'm going to think of is eventually we are wanting redstone to make the villagers, be able to get them out of there and then cure them. I don't know how to do that. I might need to practice that in creative. Maybe I'll even chuck that into a Skyblock episode, but I don't see it as being the main content of this. We're still working on the grass coming over. So that is one of our top priorities, try and get passive animals. So what we could actually do first is continue off where we died and try and get the pigman to drop some gold and then have a little trading session and try and get some gravel. And then we combine 2 gravel with 2 dirt, makes 4 coarse dirt, and then you turn that into a path block, you get more dirt. So that's a way of making dirt in Skyblock. I think that's how you do it. That's my best memory of it. Let's immediately jump into a time lapse of us trying to recover from us dying. Please ignore the fact that this beginning part is muted. It accidentally picked up the fact that I was watching a Phasmophobia episode while doing this whole segment of the video. The sound should come back in any second now. So the plan was to go into the Nether, collect some more wood, and then build out our spawning platform a little bit bigger. You'll see in a while that in-game Bob, very innocent. He did not know what he was doing when he picked the shape of his platform. In his head, having a wider end would mean it has more spawning opportunities. That seems very, very logical if you're thinking from in-game Bob's point of view. But we collected some wood here. You will see in a moment we did have a pretty bad time trying to get the pigmen to spawn. And then when they did spawn, it also went negative because we had quite a lot of faults in our collection system for where they were going to be. We get into a couple fights. It's not good. Really not good. But I have been receiving feedback from the Skyblock series. So far, it's been pretty positive, and that's very, very appreciated. I am trying to think what more I can do on this platform, on YouTube. Obviously, I'm over on Twitch quite a lot. For example, tomorrow I'm doing 2 separate collabs, Minecraft Bingo, and the second is a Phasmophobia stream with some community streamers. Very much looking forward to that. I'm not playing Phasmo today. Today is a Thursday because we're playing the Phasmo tomorrow night, and I want to really enjoy it as much as possible. Unfortunately, this would have already taken place by the time this video goes public, but if you are interested in the kind of stuff that we get up to on Twitch, the link's down in the description. This is the part where I was saying that in-game Bob was a little bit too innocent for the design he went for this spawning platform here. Bear in mind, we're able to look at this in the future. Bob in the moment thought it was a great idea, but we've decided that we're going to get some arrows together so that we can actually initiate pigmen being mad at us. You'll see in a moment how that doesn't work, but let's watch Bob figure this one out. Let's provide some real-time commentary. Here we see Bob take aim, hits the target, perfectly executed. All the pigmen running at him, starting to panic, considers the fact they can actually jump off of the edge if they don't go right down the middle. Some of them are getting stuck. Let's punch them a couple of times, see if that unstucks them. Ow, I got hit. What's happening? There's so many. When will they stop? How will I go down and fight the others if these guys won't stop spawning? What's the worst case scenario right here? Maybe they'll just spawn forever. The worst case scenario, which we're about to find out any second now, is a ghast spawning at this exact moment, which would be a really bad moment. You can see there's more coming. I've realized that they can actually fall off the edge. I realized there's a ghast. That was Matrix level hit me backs. Don't know what that's called. Return to sender. Missing again. Decide I'll tank a hit. Let's jump out the way. Lets one of them out. Perfectly executed defense right here there. Jumps down. Forgets about the one earlier. Bob, as skilled as he is, a little bit stupid. I die again, clearly. This time, it was because a miniature one, what are they called? Baby one, managed to get through the protection I made for that happening. So there we go, it did it again. Just walked right off the edge. This time I actually go back and correct it fully. Make sure that they can't get off the edge. I then even put a wall up around it to protect from ghasts when they spawn. This is me doing it right here. And that actually made it much safer. We did our first trades, which was nether bricks, a fire charge, and some ender pearls. We're waiting for dirt. We really, really need dirt. Okay, so this is neither in-game Bob or editor Bob. Just consider me Bob. I was on stream today, and there was actually a really funny comment made, which confused me slightly. Because essentially, I was talking about the fact that in-game Bob and editor Bob was arguing, but they need each other. One without the other is no one. Editor Bob needs someone to play the game to edit, and in-game Bob needs someone to edit, otherwise no one's going to see their in-game. And I was talking about this, and we were having a laugh, and then someone pointed out the fact that I am Bob talking about in-game Bob and editor Bob arguing, and I thought it was funny that they need each other and they're arguing, and it was pointed out I'm technically all three of them. That blew my mind. I've been thinking about that all day. This is like 5 hours later. I'm still thinking about the fact that I know all these people that are me. They're all me. I thought that was quite a funny thought to think about. But anyway, let's jump to in-game Bob now. Okay, so we have officially started our gold farm. So we can now come down here. That's pretty loud actually. Apologies if that's been loud the whole time. But I'll leave that up. And then turn that down. I normally have hostile creatures off because they're annoying. But I have been jump scared by so many creepers that it's convinced me to turn it back on. On that note, with the gold, my plan is we need gold boots. Once we get gold boots, all other types of gold, we can actually just go up here and go over to the traders. And then, ooh, real-time fort. I can smelt the swords, can't I? To get extra gold. I was going to chuck them off the edge, if I'm honest. Yeah, so we need a furnace. Oh, I just got a whole piece of gold. So we need a furnace, because then every time we get 9 of these, that's a gold ingot. Okay, that works. Right, so while there's nothing here, let's go get a furnace on the go. This episode so far, I am really enjoying it. With the understanding that the editor Bob and myself lore can get quite intense. I have had some feedback that our arguments are impacting other people, so we have to, we have to try and get along a little bit. What am I doing? Oh, and by the way, I'm not dumb, I'm just forgetful. Furnace. So we've got some furnace, and let's take some charcoal. See, this would be so much better with a hopper. But yeah, so what we've decided is we're gonna behave. We're gonna have a few chill episodes and see how that goes. Oh, hello. Hello there. That's not good news. I can't be getting jump scared already with... Okay, oh, here's a cool thing, right? So you know how I was telling you that I had Phasmophobia planned? I was gonna play that tomorrow. Well, hello. It's now tomorrow. So this is like 8 a.m. I go to social places on a Friday because apparently socializing is important. So I do that, and after that, I'm doing I'm doing bingo, Minecraft bingo, and after that, I'm doing the Phasmo stream. So I'm actually really excited for it. These guys need to move out the way. Go down the hole. Also, ooh, that hurt. Also, here's a thought. Because I know that these episodes will eventually be put into a movie, so what I'm doing is every 5 episodes, it becomes a movie. Because I did episodes 1 to 5, and then, ooh, my sword's about to break. Okay, let's go make a new sword. Episodes 1 to 5, then episodes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be another one. Then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 will be another one. Oh, I did the math wrong. It would just be the 5 episodes. Okay, Editor Bob, cut out this whole part and redo it. You know? Please. Okay, so every 5 episodes, I thought it was 4 episodes. I heard Editor Bob thought it was 4 episodes too. We're doing a Minecraft movie. So with that in mind, I'm trying to do less things that are specifically for the episode I'm in. For example, saying things like, comment down below about this, and it's specific to that video. I'm trying to avoid that so that when they do become the movies, they're much better. This would be very confusing if you're watching this in the second movie, because you'll know where the conversation started from. But with that in mind, that's why you'll see me do that less. I will wait for passive comments over pushing for comments about specific situations that don't need one. You get what I mean? So if I'm wanting to know something about in-game, I will just hope that someone tells me I'm doing it completely wrong. That's the idea. And if someone tells me, amazing. So if you see anything from now on where I need to do something differently, or I could do it differently, I'm always open to feedback and suggestions. Same with anything I do, always open to feedback and suggestions. It would be very appreciated if you correct something that I didn't know was incorrect. Why are you stuck? There we go. But yeah. Editor Bob here. In-game Bob just froze, didn't talk for a while. Brain broke. So I thought I'd turn the evidence? Oh man, I've been playing way too much Phasmo. I thought I'd turn that moment into a little time lapse rather than you listening to me pausing massively. Like saying a word, waiting like a minute, and then my brain finally processes the next word. Sometimes I get like that, but it's okay. We all have those moments. Right here, you see us get the gravel for the first time, and I'll let in-game Bob, who's woke up, explain what that means. Here we go. Thanks for taking over for a moment there, Editor Bob. Right, we now have gravel and dirt, so it's time to test our theory. So we can use 2 dirt and 2 gravel, which gives us 4 coarse dirt. 2 to 4. Then you hoe it. I actually thought you had to make it into a path block first. Now we have 4 dirt from our 2 dirt. Now if you do the math, that's more dirt. Is the same thing. 4 dirt into 8 dirt. Okay, boom, we're away. So now we just gotta keep collecting the gold, turning that into the gravel, turning gravel into coarse dirt, and then get more dirt. I'm actually going to keep this dirt. Ooh, we actually can do a little bit more. I'm going to keep this dirt about so that we can do this more efficiently. And then once we have enough, or that grass reaches the end, it's not actually reached the end yet, then we would officially make the move with the grass, because we're essentially racing the grass here. So once this grass gets to the middle, I'm not sure how big I want this spawning platform to be. It might just be this middle wooden bit will be converted into the grass spawning area. I don't know if that's big enough though. I don't know if that's big enough. We will have to wait and find out. But I think a very good use of our time is getting more dirt. So let's jump into a time lapse of hopefully not me failing to defeat a ghast. I'm not sure. I haven't recorded the commentary yet, so I'm not sure what Editor Bob said about it. But I'm assuming it's not going to be the best. Ooh, okay. Time lapse now. Hello, Editor Bob here. Now that in-game Bob has stopped trying to jump into lava and actually look at what we've achieved recently. So you can see here, look how well that gold farm works. That works really well. There is a pause you see in a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to stop the piglins from spawning, or at least make them run away, because they do fill up the spawning location. It's unfortunate. I don't think there's a way I can actually get rid of those. I did have a Google. So instead, we're just gonna have to shoot them, which means we're also gonna run our other grinder at the same time as doing this, just to keep up with the arrow demand. Here's me Googling it. This is ×5. I gave it a good go, and I couldn't find anything. But we finally got our gold boots. You'll see us put those on soon. And throughout today, we have made quite a bit of dirt. That was my attempt at the final part of the page. Said they run towards valuable objects, and one of the valuable objects on the list was the gold sword. So in my head, I chucked that, and they all run over and do exactly what I want them to do. It didn't quite happen like that. Right here, I'm actually talking to someone on Fiverr. Now, I'm trying to get a design made up for me, Editor Bob, so that people are really aware who is talking and when they are talking, because that has been some of the feedback. I'm very much learning, and if you look between episode 1 and where we are now, this is currently working on episode 6 / the second movie, you'll see a big difference in the editing style. And a large part of that is actually thanks to you guys for giving me so much feedback. It's very, very, very appreciated. And I'm making changes. As it's pointed out to me that changes need to be made, or I need to do things slightly differently. The one I'm referencing here is that it's hard to know who's talking when I keep switching between in-game Bob and Editor Bob. And today you saw Bob. I understand. That is very acceptable. I don't make it very obvious, especially when I try and do my little Matrix moments where they're switching between, and it does get complicated. That was the intention, but I understand why it can be difficult. I also sometimes wonder, wait, who am I in this moment? But today we got so much dirt. We ended up with half a stack at the end of that little session there of grinding out the gold and then trading for gravel. Very cool. Let's jump to in-game Bob. Look at all of this dirt. We have just under, that's generous, just under half a stack of dirt. From, I don't know how long I've been doing this. I've been editing this morning. I don't know when. Also, just so you know, I am working on not saying so much. It's my thinking sound. And I have to think a lot to make a sentence. So instead, I've been pausing, but now I've got the issue of gaps between my words where I say, like, this. And then I do that big pause because I'm not saying And a lot of the editing, sorry, Editor Bob, is actually just cutting out silences or trying to change the audio slightly so you don't get those big gaps. It does also mean I ramble a bit. I have to just keep talking. And I may not know what I'm going to say in the next sentence. I'm just talking because I hate when I leave a big gap in the audio between words. It's kind of like forcing the words out. So who knows what words you're gonna get? Flamingo, Philadelphia, apples. You know what I mean? Like you just have to do it that way. But okay, so while recording a replay mod, I got our second iron ingot. I'm still not sure what to use the iron for. I am still tempted to use it for... I just heard a chicken. Hold on a moment. There's a chicken. How do I get chicken out without getting everything else? If I break that, how bad would that be? I feel like that would be very bad. I want that chicken though. Can creepers go under that? How tall's a creeper? Hold on a minute. If I place a block, where's that chicken? Oh no. Oh, there it is. I see the chicken. Don't move, dude. We're gonna try something. This is gonna go so bad. Chicken. Oh. Oh my god, that actually worked. Get off the chicken. This is so bad, but there's a chicken there. I want that chicken. Stay. Sit. Don't hit the chicken. Oh, wait, I need a seed. Don't move. Don't move. Stay. Oh, it's gonna go. Don't go off the edge. I've got a pet chicken. Follow me. Please. Stay alive. Don't jump off the edge. Don't do it. Right. Don't panic either, Bob. Don't panic. It's your pal. It's just your pal chicken. I need fences for a start. We're gonna, you can live here. You're my friend now. Can you go under that? Can you just go over there? Can chickens despawn? No. Okay. We have a pet chicken. This chicken, if you follow streams or any of the SMPs or anything like that I've been on, you already know the name of this chicken. Meet Kevoon. Kevoon is the chicken. The first pet on any world, any server, anything like that, always called Kevoon. It's actually originally from my first ever SMP, which was probably started about 3 years ago now. And my moderator at the time named an axolotl Kevoon. Ever since then, Kevoon has been living on in every single world. That was back when I only got a couple views, and one of them was his ult. But Kevoon lives on. Meet Kevoon. Say hello to Kevoon. Hello, Kevoon. Right, now we just need eggs, don't we? And we've got our first passive mob, and we didn't even do the grass that we've been working on for like 2 weeks IRL. But anyway, meet Kevoon. Right, what's next? I think next we need more dirt to continue the passive mob area over there, which means we need to farm some gold. So maybe we start with getting some gold. Let's do that. I'm gonna go into a first person time lapse. Let's try and get some gold together. So unfortunately, I'm commentating on this with the knowledge of what happens at the end of this time lapse. And I'm so embarrassed that I'm going to struggle just to commentate until that moment. So, yay. I got a music disc as well though. That's pretty cool. I got my first music disc by accident trying to get Kevoon out of the mob grinder. We did save Kevoon though. We do have quite a lot of gold. We had a lot of gold as well. Man, I know how this ends. It's not long away, but in my defense, I'm an SMP player. I don't play on things where there's voids unless I'm in the end and I don't like the end for voids. That's my defense. I'm not used to voids, okay? Now, here's the moment. I may have panicked and jumped, and I forget sometimes, you know, there's voids about and stuff. I just full on jumped off. Should we watch that? Let's watch that in slow motion. Here's me jumping off of the platform. Not accidentally, just full on, I jumped off. In-game Bob now. I feel like I've disappointed Editor Bob again, because that's not the first time I've fallen off the platform in the Nether. Now, the content's kind of based on how well I do, as well as how well Editor Bob does. So I'm not really holding up my end of the bargain here. But I got us Kevoon, Editor Bob. I got us Kevoon, you know. So you can forgive me, I hope. I do really hope. But that was a waste of time, and all that gold that we got. I just, you know, I donated it to the void. So I am a good person still, I think. But let's, do we just repeat and go into a new time lapse and try and get some gold? Because I wanted gravel for the passive mob platform. We don't have that anymore. So we might as well, we need to do that again, essentially. So apologies, we're gonna go into another time lapse, and I apologize. Editor Bob here. In-game Bob, nah, he's not doing that bad. Unfortunately, more goes wrong throughout this episode. I'm not sure what to do. This is probably the first part of making this series where so much is going wrong in such a short amount of time. So essentially, I'll cut it short. Kevoon despawned. I don't know why. I interacted with Kevoon. I don't know when Kevoon despawned, but at some point during this time lapse, Kevoon has despawned. I did even go into creative at the end of this time lapse to try and figure out what happened or whether Kevoon can escape under the fences. Kevoon couldn't escape under the fences. No idea where Kevoon went. Just genuinely just despawned. So from that, I almost died there as well. From that, I don't know what to do. I want Kevoon back. I like Kevoon. The first pet on every server SMP series I have is always Kevoon. Kevoon's gone. Sometimes in the past we have had Kevoon version 2 because it's not 100% that Kevoon survives joining a world with me. But this, I don't think this was my fault. I'm not sure why Kevoon has disappeared. But, you know, sometimes it's difficult and you gotta keep grinding. You know, it's kind of like the gym. If you give up once it gets difficult, you know, you'll never see where you could have went to or what you could have done. That's where I realized. And unfortunately, through the testing, I'm pretty positive that Kevoon just genuinely despawned. It's unfortunate, but we gotta keep going. I did some research. Turns out the only time a chicken will despawn is if it originally starts underneath a zombie, right? Which means it wasn't a real chicken. That's the only time a passive mob will despawn is a chicken jockey, right? Unfortunately, I didn't know that. So Kevoon wasn't real, but we're gonna get a real Kevoon. The Kevoon version 2. Or maybe it'll just be Kevoon, because apparently according to Java, a chicken jockey will despawn because it's not originally a chicken. It doesn't have its own code, essentially, I think. It's a part of the unit, and I killed half of Kevoon. So the other half of Kevoon's like, yo, where's top half of Kevoon? And despawned. But on a more positive note, right? We did get some gold out of that. We have gold boots again, which is brilliant because I forgot that gold boots was a thing and almost died. You may have saw that in the time lapse. But now we can go back, do some trading. We do need more arrows. That's something I do need to grind out at some point because ghasts are becoming quite the problem. I do think as well, well, shouldn't be allowed in the nether. B, shouldn't be allowed near voids. And that's not very good if I'm doing a Skyblock series. But let's see if we can get some gravel. That would really, for me, bring the series back in my mind. Sometimes I do get in these moments where so much goes wrong, and then it's really hard to carry on. Are you still mad at me? How are you still mad at me? Brother, I've been gone for like a week. Let's go get a sword. Stone sword, let's go get a stone sword. Okay, editor Bob, this was a big boring bit, let's skip it. Yeah, this hasn't been very productive, unfortunately. We died, we spent quite a bit of time getting Kavoon. Kavoon despawned, because Kavoon was not real, is what I'm going with. That will help me not feel so bad that Kavoon's not here anymore. But eventually we're going to get a real Kavoon, right? That's the plan. That's the goal. Can we get Kavoon? It doesn't have to be a chicken. Most of the time it's either an axolotl or a pig. That's the most common ones. Number one, it's probably been an axolotl 3 times. It's been a pig twice. And it's been a wolf twice. So, right, hopefully no one, are you still mad at me? Can you not be mad at me? Can you like, no way, there's another fake Kavoon. I see you there. I'm getting rid of you. I'm not falling for that again. Right, you guys, if I just do that. Don't hit me. Just do your trading. This guy, go away. You won't be mad at me if I jump down there. I need a ladder. Let me go get one of my spare ladders. They're doing their trading. Are you done? You're done. You're not mad at me, right? Any gravel? No gravel? Oh, no way. We've just got tons of iron. Wait. We just got 3 iron from that. Oh, I totally forgot that you can get iron from trading. Bruh. I forgot that was a thing. And we have leather. Who taught you to use it? Who told you? No, go away. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I totally forgot you. Whoops. I totally forgot you can get iron from trading. Okay, things are back on the positive. Everyone, wipe those tears away that Kavoon's no longer with us, because now we have iron. And Kavoon wasn't real. I'm going to keep saying that to myself, because I always get attached to the first animal of every world. That's one of the things with this game. Randomly, right? You just find yourself attached to something made out of pixels on a game that's run from literally code. And then it's like, well, that's basically humans as well if you think about it though, because we're just biological code. But we won't go down that line of thought. We have iron. What do we do with the iron now? Because now we've got quite a bit. Let me go over here. Now we have 5 iron. I don't know what to do with it though. We don't need another bucket. Shears maybe? Shears might be good to have for when we get sheep. Armor? Nah, because I'd just jump off the edge again probably. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do with the iron. But that is a positive. We didn't get gravel, but we got iron. Eventually we can get an iron farm if we get villages out there. Maybe we redesign that. I need to actually do some research or some designing for... Oh, this is the sad part of losing Kavoon. We need to get rid of this. But yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. So let me jump to Editor Bob. He can figure out what the end of that sentence was. Right, let's get to it. This recent bit hasn't been the best. We've had some bad times in the game. We've lost Kavoon. We've died multiple times since going into the Nether. Not very good. We need to stabilize again. Today is a Monday. I'm actually taking today's stream off. I need, just to get some stuff done, you know, reset the brain and things like that. I've been doing a lot recently, especially with the editing and stuff like that, just to prevent the quality of videos going down. I'm not going to record any more of this today. I'm going to try and reset and try again in a few days' time for the end of the episode. Hopefully it's more cinematic. Hopefully we get more done. But I thought I'd leave this in, you know? Not every episode, not every stream, not every day, you feel like you can do your best. I'm gonna take a day, reset, and the end of this episode, hopefully, it's a little bit better. It's Wednesday, my dudes. This is a few days later, right? Since Monday was when I was trying to edit this video. It's a few days later. I've done a few workouts, I've left the house, I've socialized, I've fully reset the brain. Kevoon wasn't real, right? It wasn't in the code. Kevoon wasn't real, that's fine. I died, it's not hardcore. No problem with that either. I apologize, I got a bit depressive there. But a few days later, I'm easily, you know, set off sometimes. So sometimes I just need a break. I had a break. I feel good again, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Right. At the end of that, I did talk about I want things being a bit more cinematic. The problem with that, we don't have dirt. We do not have enough dirt. We don't have enough cobblestone either, but I hate the cobblestone generator. It's the bane of my life where you just sit there and you mine cobblestone. It's not fun. But I think we carry on trying to get some gold, maybe even mine some of this. I don't know how I'm going to do a replay mod currently, because currently everything we need is dirt from grinding the piglins, or pigmen. The other one is arrows, which is grinding that out. So I think we just need to do a first-person time-lapse, but like super fast. I'm going to put a video on in the background and just collect some resources, have a bit of fun with it. Editor Bob can, you know, talk to you guys about stuff, but I'm going to do that. Enjoy the time-lapse. So, it's actually Friday now. I literally said the words, enjoy the time-lapse, followed by closing the game and leaving the house. But, you know, IRL is always the first priority. I was actually feeling so good on Wednesday. I wanted to go and do something. I didn't really know what it would be. But throughout this time lapse, we actually end up getting quite a bit of gold. We didn't die, which is great, because I was starting to get quite disappointed with the amount of death. You know, this is like cobblestone generator war simulator. It's not good. That might be the title. If I remember, that will probably be the title. With the gold, we actually got 2 trades that gave us gravel. From the gravel, we made coarse dirt, and I think we ended up getting about half a stack of dirt to add to the passive mob area. We still need a lot more dirt. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would take. We haven't optimized the gold farm either, which will obviously have impacts on the gold production rate, or as we called it in the last episode, the dirt factory. But it goes really well. I do like how the islands are coming together. We have 2 more, and then we can actually build a bridge between them. This is the cinematics I was talking about earlier. Shows the building process. That's us mining the coarse dirt to make dirt. We end up using some of that. We actually gather quite a lot of the platform where we've left it, because I realized that you can just break it and you pick it up like 100% of the time, unless you do something random and not good. But we picked up all of that dirt. Now that it's Friday though, I'm about to finish this and I'll be 2 weeks ahead, and I'm probably just gonna start recording the next one anyway. I have a lot of fun making these videos, and worst case, I get really ahead and run a second series alongside this one. That would require me to get quite far ahead. Also, in replay mod, this may not have been the smartest design, I might need to censor that. Do I blur that? I don't know. But in my defense, actually, no, I blame in-game Bob. In-game Bob did that because they were smart and realized surround the grass with as much dirt as possible and it will spread faster. This isn't the first time in-game Bob's done this. This is unfortunate. But we end up getting this platform done, which is really cool, and the barriers around it, which again, really cool. In the next part, I think we need more dirt. We need that whole middle bit dirt. I also need to figure out how to get passive mobs to spawn, because we are yet to have one, and we have had grass blocks around for a while. But we need Kevoon. We're gonna get Kevoon version real. The updated version, an actual real chicken would be pretty cool. I do genuinely really hope that you enjoyed this episode. It shows that not every day you can do your best, and sometimes you just need a quick reset and you're back to it. Okay, so I'm currently off of recording collecting cobblestone, right? And I've been slowly collecting this. In fact, let me show you my statistics. Items mined. We're now up to 5.6 thousand. Also, I broke a lot. Yeah, I've broken a lot of stone pickaxes. I'm just watching a Minecraft movie in the background. Not the Minecraft movie, just one on YouTube. But a random wandering trader spawned, and I thought nothing of it. I'm like, okay, a wandering trader spawned, didn't have any good trades, we don't even have any emeralds, and I carried on with the mining, right? I turned around, look what we've got over here. Animals have actually spawned in this area. So we now need to put them into enclosures. I actually was starting to think about the design I could do for this area. But that means we need fences. I don't know how we're going to secure the pigs because we don't have potatoes yet to get them into an... Oh, hello. Oh, they like carrots, don't they? Never mind. It is a Bob here. This whole part, in-game Bob was just kind of talking and filling the gaps of fencing in all the animals. The thing, essentially, I'll cut down what they were saying. This is cool. We have animals. Animals are cool. These are real animals, and so on and so on. But we'll jump back to in-game Bob for them to talk about whatever they finished talking about. I wasn't expecting this. I'm currently, like, I haven't even had coffee yet. I was gonna have a can of Monster. My favorite can of Monster is the Mango Loco. But unfortunately, I read the back of it and realized it's got 56 grams of sugar in it. And I'm trying to lose weight. So now I feel bad because I don't want it, but I do really want it. So I'm going to have this one and then not buy another one for a while. I'll probably buy another one. But I'm trying, you know, I'm trying. Right. I don't know what to do now because I wasn't planning on doing anything yet. I was literally just collecting cobblestone, but that's really cool. So I guess in the design that I was making for the passive mob island, I now need to add enclosures to it because I wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay, I'm just gonna continue what I was planning on doing and then jump back in once like I'm ready with the plan for this part. Let's just do that. So the original plan was to fill in the rest of this island with grass, and then I wanted to build the animal enclosure kind of area during this one episode. Unfortunately, now that we have animals, I kind of want to speed that up. So instead of showing you collecting gold for like an hour just to get enough dirt to fill in this area, I'll probably do it away from recording and just collect gold. Chances are I might die. If I die, I'll let you know, totally. I'll definitely let you know. I won't just try and get 38 levels again. But it saves you watching another episode of me collecting gold. So let me go try and get as much dirt as possible over the next half an hour, maybe hour, I'll put into it just to collect enough gold. If we do, perfect. If we don't, you might see some gold collection. But let's hope we get enough. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, this quick recording is for Peggy, one of the Twitch VIPs. Oh, wrong one, wait. What I said to them is that other gold block, I will definitely collect it. I'm actually going to trade 3 iron for 9 gold. I feel like that's worth it for the specific tasks that we're going on to right now. And I just wanted to show them because they were very disappointed that the last one got broke. We have the gold block, Peggy. We got it. Don't be disappointed in me. Okay, bye. So essentially what we did about maybe 100 and something trades. We only got about 46 gravel out of all of it. No iron either, but loads of other stuff. Enough armor that I've now started wearing leather armor. I got some boots which I chucked on as well because I did die maybe 5 times back to back to back because of a ghast. A ghast spawned on the platform once I figured out a really cool way to stop them spawning. I'll show you that in game at some point. And throughout maybe 2.5, 3 hours of me just farming gold, which with a manual slow farm is pretty difficult, we only managed to do maybe half of what we needed to do in order to finish this island. So I don't know when we're gonna finish this, but I'm gonna try and get some more gold. It's taking so long though. This is so grindy just to make a dirt platform. I can guarantee you there's not gonna be another dirt platform for a while. We're going back to the cobblestone method. I know that was the bane of my life, new bane of my life. Dirt. It's horrendously hard to get in Skyblock, very grindy, unless you have maybe a late game gold farm, but that's something we'll figure that out late game, if you get what I mean. Okay, let's jump back to in-game Bob, who's gonna discuss what we're doing next. Turns out this is still editor Bob. I wanted to show you this. This is times 30 speed. I did this right after that clip because I wanted some gold to actually have some extra dirt, right? So every 2 seconds that you're watching this time lapse is a minute for me, right? That's a lot of minutes, okay? We got a lot of gold. I tried some new methods. I had a fight with a ghast. I thought I was gonna die. We did some trading. And what I've decided is I don't want to continue doing the gold farm until I have looting free. It's a waste of time. So what I want to do is get a golden apple and prepare to try and get villagers. I've never got villagers on Skyblock before, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to pause all projects and try and get looting free. But to do that, we need a golden apple. And this is a time lapse of me trying to get a witch, which we got very quickly, which is understandable. And then we had to get enough to get the golden apple, which ironically was very quick, which turns out if you have a target in mind for gold, it doesn't take too long to get there. Like 8, 4, all that kind of stuff, it's not too hard to get. But when you have an uncapped amount that you need, it's pretty difficult. So turns out there's a 5% chance you get a zombie villager from a zombie spawn. We ended up getting one. We also let out all of the mobs in the farm by accident. We then could try to convert it. I was doing this incorrectly. Turns out you need to be within 3 blocks of the witch in order for it to chuck a weakness potion. I didn't know that. We learned that through all of these deaths that you see on screen right now. This is very quick time lapses back to back. That's just because I don't want the whole thing to be time lapse. We have officially, for the first time in my life, actually, while playing Skyblock, we have a villager. We've just got the one. I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it. You may have saw like tons of deaths there, and then I googled it, and it turns out you had to be within 2 to 3 blocks of the witch for it to chuck a weakness potion. So to get the second one, what we need to do now is we need 8 more gold. So let's jump back in and get 8 more gold. Hopefully Editor Bob is keeping you entertained while we're going through all of this. That took 40 minutes. 40 minutes for a villager. If we get more gold, we can potentially get the second villager and then start a village breeder, which would be insane. I think I want looting free. Right, before we do anything, looting free is next step. And then once we have the looting free, we're going to be able to hopefully get dirt a lot faster because we'll get gold a lot faster. That's the idea. Then once we get more dirt, we can make the bread a lot more wheat, sorry, so we can make bread much faster. And then we can finish that. We could do so much more if we just had dirt. So I'm bored of getting it the normal way. We've now got a villager. So we're going to try and get a second villager. Well, I need 8 gold first. Then we're going to get a second villager. And then we're going to try and get looting free. The only concern right now for the looting free is I need sugarcane. I've got the leather because of the trades, but we actually need more sugarcane now. So I'm going to try and grow some sugarcane while we go through this process. This next villager actually only took us about half an hour compared to the first one, which took us 40 minutes. The benefit now that we have 2 is we have loads of different things we can do. I've actually recorded the next clip, so I know I already explained what I want to do next and the different projects that we have, so I'll wait for in-game Bob to explain that one. But I still wanted to show the amount of recordings that went into this one episode. Essentially, so we've done about, I've started this about 10 a.m. today. Today's a Sunday. The 2 weeks before it goes up, I believe. So on Wednesday, the next one. Anyway, something like that. It's about a few hours today. We did a few hours the other day for gold. And we did a few hours the day before for the cobblestone collection for the different projects. And this episode has taken so long to record, but I'm so excited that we finally have villagers. Okay, we officially have 2 villagers. That's step 1 of the many side projects we came up with today. Step 2, I want to make a villager breeder. Step 3, and this isn't in order, I want to make an iron grinder, an iron spawner, an iron farm. There we go, figured it out. Once we have the iron farm, we can also use the hoppers to put like under here and make this an automatic farm. We don't need the XP from there. I want to upgrade the gold farm and add gas protection, because the only real issue I'm having right now is the ghasts that are destroying the farm. So we could put a gas protection down, because I believe they need like a 5x5 or 4x4 area to spawn. I think it's 5x5 area to spawn. So you use slabs and you can protect it so gas can't spawn anymore. I'm keeping the witch, why not? We need a actual area for the villagers now, but if I break this, you can see there they are. We've got the baby villager and the adult villager. 2 loons in here, but that will be switched out. I do want to do the fletching tables to get the early emeralds. The only problem with that is... what is the problem with that? Gravel. We need gravel, which means we're going to need to do way more gold trades. So I think the next step is upgrading the gold farm. So maybe we do a replay mod of that. In fact, let me quickly edit the last few clips together into the this episode's editing file, and it will tell me how long's left, and then I'll decide what we do next. Turns out we had time, because even though I'd spent hours making it, it didn't actually equate to much video time. So what I decided to do next was, because I need more gold, I didn't want to fight ghasts, so I came up with a few ideas of what we could do for the gold farm. The first idea was I wanted a bigger spawning platform, so that no matter where we are within the killing chamber area, there should be a spawnable location that pigmen can spawn. The other thing I wanted to do was stop the ghasts from being able to spawn. And then on top of that, I wanted a way to get rid of the, what are they called? The guys that like the gold. Oh no, they're the piglins. Pigmen are the other ones. Okay, I wanted a way to get them out the way. So what I did is I used some redstone, first redstone we're using. And I upgraded the design that I came up with, where we put the 2 trapdoors and then dropped a gold item on the floor, and it made them run off the edge. I upgraded it by adding a dispenser with some gold nuggets inside, and they can be activated from the top. I don't ever need to go on the spawning platform anymore. So what I would be able to do is run along the top, press the 3 buttons, and it primes the whole spawning platform for 5 minutes, because that's how long it takes for an item to despawn. You can actually see it working once I press the buttons. And I wanted another And the other thing that can spawn is Enderman. And the way to get rid of them is I made a little platform over there where you can stand and look at the Enderman and they'll run at you and you can get rid of them that way. So essentially what I've done is I've made a very efficient spawning platform and a way to get rid of anything that spawns that shouldn't spawn. Spawn, spawn, spawn. And that means we can hopefully have as efficient as possible without using magma. You can see the buttons and stuff are going on now, and they'll actually cause the piglins to run off the edge, and then pigmen should hopefully just constantly spawn. I also upgraded the size of the killing chamber from a 1x1 to a 1x2 just to try and help them fall in. You can see that's all of a sudden, just by doing that, how efficient this gold farm is. So we might not even need looting free, but don't tell in-game Bob that, because they've been sidetracked by looting free so far in today's episode. But what I'll probably do is I'll do maybe a quick time lapse, just getting some extra gold ready for trading, and then we need a way to trade. I wanted to show how efficient this thing can be. So in about half an hour, we got just under a stack of gold and then continued to get more gold while trading. I ended up having to boat a piglin all the way from the other island because I was struggling to find a way to get them on this island because the spawn rates were so good that it was hard to have them around for long enough that we could put them in a boat. I ended up just going to get them from the other island. There wasn't one there at that point, and you can see that we were actually running around with our 54 gold, which is mental. I'm glad I didn't continue doing that. I'm very glad I put that somewhere safe. I didn't die though, which is ironic, or surprising I should say. We essentially did a lot of trading, and I wasn't going to show this at first. I was just going to show the results of it, but because we got a stack and a half of gravel, the most gravel we ever got in one trading session to date, and 2 iron, I thought I would show the process of doing this. Not because people would say, hey, you spawned in the gravel, but more because, hey, look, I just got just under 2 stacks of gravel from about half an hour of trading. With the gravel, we're going to make some Fletcher tables. We're also going to maybe try and fill that island with grass now that we have that, and do some wheat. There's sugarcane. There's so many things we can do now that we have some extra gravel. And one of the things we're going to do is try and get the fletching tables so we can start working towards looting free. We now have just under 3 stacks of gravel. I just traded another 55 gold to the piglins. We got quite a lot. We in fact, mostly from gold, a couple from the mob grinder here, mostly from gold, have 9 iron ingots. Right, there's 2 things I want, and I can't do both of them right now. If I had 1 more iron, I could definitely do it. But I think one of the things we could do, which would really benefit us, is a blast furnace and a hopper, meaning all of those gold swords we get that just sit about the gold farm, we could actually collect them and put them into gold nuggets. That would be very efficient. There's none here right now. Normally there is here, but maybe all these, they picked them up. But that is something that I really want to do. I'm also thinking how we get diamond armor. The fact there's a void that I like to jump into makes me not so keen on getting diamond armor, or maybe if we get diamond tools, we keep them next to where we're going to use them. So like if we get a diamond sword, we keep it next to the pigman, or if we get a pickaxe, we put it next to this. That will probably be the best way of keeping everything safe. But now that we have some gravel, we can make Fletcher tables. Let me check how much wool how much string we have, because we also want to make beds. So let's see how many beds you can make with a stack and a bit. Hopefully. Okay, so we can actually make quite a few beds. We started running out of wood, which is surprising. So we're gonna have to try and do that faster. I'm also thinking we should make an automated potato or wheat farm with some redstone. I think we should have enough redstone over here. I'm not sure how much we have. Let's make some beds quick. How many beds can we make with that? 7 beds. That's enough. What we can do is we can expand this box here and just start the breeding process. 38 redstone is more than enough to make a automatic farm for those, and the reason it would be automatic is because we also have bone meal, and we can also get dispensers as well, so we can actually speed that up. I see a zombie villager there, but we don't need them right now. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with this box here. I'm thinking I want this bigger so we can start the breeding process. I don't know if we want to keep them here. Maybe eventually we make an island in between this one and this one. That might make this area. I did want to go out that way and that way next, but if we go this way, we can have the villagers over here. One of these will be a tree area. One of them will be like a wheat farm and stuff like that. So maybe the next one we do is this way. But we need to, first of all, make this larger so we can actually start the villager breeding process. They might actually make iron golems, which would be great, because then we can get free iron. That would really increase our iron production. So let's quickly work on expanding this and starting the breeding process. I know I've said this quite a few times by now, but to me, this is really cool. I've never got this far in a Skyblock series where we actually have a villager breeder. Or essentially, we're making it now, but unfortunately, I already know what happened, so I know that we have a villager breeder. I think we aren't too far away from getting an iron spawner. Iron golem grinder. Iron golem spawner. I did this earlier, I think. I don't know what it's called. An iron farm. There we go. We're not even that far away from getting an iron farm, which is mental to think about considering this is Skyblock, where there's no caves, there's nothing like that. There's no generated structures, which is interesting how we're going to get to the end. But I'll figure that out once we get to it. Maybe we'll have to spawn one in, because as far as I know, there's nothing out there in the void. There could be. There's probably land somewhere. It's probably one of those low-tech Skyblock maps. But on that note, we also started making an automatic potato redstone farm. By that, I place it does what it needs to do with the bone meal and the dispensers. But I'm surprised we are actually making things out of redstone. That's really cool to me. In-game Bob is just excited and testing it out, so let's jump back to them. Look what I made. This is like full-on redstone equipment right here. That one's going off. Look. Potatoes. I can just literally sit here now and just get tons of potatoes using the bones from the farm behind us. Every now and then click a different block. Wait, if I eat, I'm trying to figure out a way to do this like fully automatic. Like if I just hold left and right click, does that do it? 48. Oh, look how quick that is giving us potatoes. So we can just sit here and use up our bone meal from the farm behind us now and just get so many potatoes. And then with the potatoes, what we can do is we can walk over here, go up this. There's our little villager friends, and we can be like, hey, we got you some potatoes. And then they're gonna enjoy the potatoes, chuck them about. That's them becoming friends. And immediately, I don't know if we should look away. Should I censor this? I'm probably gonna censor this. But immediately you can see, they're gonna look, calculate the beds and be like, hey, we've got some extra beds to fill. What do we do with it? And what they do is they make another villager. We have started a villager breeder in Skyblock. That's very cool to me. They were ready to go. Whoops. They were immediately ready to go. So that's pretty cool. Look at this. This is so cool. So now that we have villagers and we officially have villagers breeding together, I'm thinking the next thing we want is maybe looting free. I'm not sure if there's any trades we can do to get redstone. I don't know if any villagers do that. I might have to have a quick look into that. In fact, let me do a quick look into that. You can get redstone from the clerics, which means we need blaze rods. The problem with blaze rods, I'm not sure we have a blaze spawner. I know we have a bit of a nether fortress in the nether. I don't know if there's a blaze group of blazes there. So let me have a look. I don't even think I'd be able to see it from here. We do actually have some fire resistance, which would help if that was the case. Is there a blaze spawner over there? I'm not sure. Do we bridge out to that? Well, we don't really need redstone right away. I'm kind of hoping for looting first. So to get looting, what we need to do is we need to make a lectern. I'm wondering how many, in fact, if you're watching, well, I don't know who I'd be talking to if you wasn't. Put down below some predictions of how many times it's going to take us to get looting free, rolling the trades. I'm hoping not too many. I don't know if I want to use this sugarcane to upgrade or not just yet, but maybe we use that to make the lectern for the initial farm. What am I looking for? Leather. So to do that, we need 3 books. Make 3 books. And then we need wood. And with the wood, we make the bookshelf. And with that, we make the lectern. Boom. We have a lectern. Right, let's chuck that away. So why am I still carrying around the fire resistance? There we go. So we have the animals over there. I actually got a great comment from someone on the previous video, which I'm actually going to put on screen now. So that was actually really good advice. So we can actually get chickens that way, because currently we don't have any chickens. We have sheep, pigs, and horses. So we need cows and chickens. Chickens we can get from this still, which is good to know. That needs to stop making noise, please. Thank you. Right, so essentially what we need to do is we need to wait for one of these guys to grow up. We'll put that down, and we should probably start getting some emeralds together. Through the stick trading. So you're actually cheap. You don't offer sticks. Oh no, which one are you? That one. So let's do that. Oh, infinity. Do we roll the librarian now? Just to see if we can get looting, but we can't buy it if we get it. So there's a chance. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some sticks together, some stuff to trade with. In fact, if we made one of them a farmer, we can use up the bone meal. Let's make one of them a farmer. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna jump into a time lapse, make one of them a farmer, and we're gonna do some trading using the bones from the mob farm. Thinking about the long term here, preferably we have a way to get bones much easier than having to manually collect them. If we do end up getting the iron farm, I don't know if I've told you about that yet. I'll be honest, I recorded all of the in-game gameplay and then thought I'll just go back at the end and do the commentary after. The problem with that is I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said and what I'm about to do and what I'm not about to do. So full disclosure, we may or may not be doing an iron farm at some point during this episode. But if I haven't said that yet, forget I said it until I say it, you know? Thank you. I could not turn down 2 mending books, one for 9 and one for 8. It was from one of the ones that we converted, which lowers the price of them. I could not turn that down. So when we do eventually, now we have to do more work unfortunately, but when we do eventually get the grinding sword, which can be used for here or the piglins, we can put mending on it. Because I was thinking, how would I keep it repaired? Mending. That's actually awesome to have. Also, eventually I want a pickaxe that's like really quick for doing this, and then we can actually have multiple in a row. Once we get more iron, that will be much easier. So next step we're running out of bone meal. So I think the next thing I want is definitely looting. Oh, I'm silly. We don't have an anvil, do we? Why didn't I think of that until now? Like the past like 3 episodes, I've been thinking about putting looting on a sword. I can't do that without an anvil. So next up is iron farm. How much iron do I need for how much redstone do I need for an iron farm? Okay, I need to find a schematic of an iron farm and also figure out how much redstone I need, because currently I used quite a bit of it to mess around. We could dismantle this if we get iron. I would be more than happy to do that. We need a place for the iron farm to sit as well. What did I just say I'm looking for? Redstone. We have 18 redstone. I don't think you can make an iron farm with 18 redstone. I know you need at least 1 piston and a timer, which we actually might have enough to make an iron farm. Where would we want it though? We would maybe put that over there instead, or over this way, have an iron farm. Oh no, I'm not sure where to put the iron farm now. Okay, let me find a YouTube video for making an iron farm and figure out the resources I need and if I'm missing any of it. So I found this design, which it says 1.20 plus. It looks like it should work even here. The main thing about it is it doesn't actually use redstone to trigger the villagers spawning the iron golem, which means it will definitely be less efficient. It just works on the basis that the game will check if there's an iron golem nearby. But considering this is Skyblock and redstone isn't too common, we could just make a very early version of a iron spawner, an iron golem spawner farm. Oh, I keep getting that wrong every episode. An iron golem farm right here. To do it here, we need to make sure that there's no spawnable blocks nearby, but we can just put up an extra 2. And also we can move the tree farm over here where the animals are. So I think that's what I want to do. We do need more villagers. This one, you need at least 2 to begin with, and then you can chuck them some potatoes. Oh wait, no, we have, yeah, we have villagers now. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's work on that then. That'll be a cool next project, is getting an iron farm up and going. It's one of those projects which is quite intimidating to think about, but it shouldn't take too much work for us to get this going. The only real resource it uses, other than redstone, it needs 3 hoppers. We don't have 3 hoppers, but we have at least 1. And with that, we can at least collect some and then replace it over time once we get more iron. I don't know if I want to use one that uses redstone or not. I feel like that would be so much more efficient, but maybe like just because it's early game, we just do a normal one to slowly collect the iron. I don't know. We're jumping into a replay mod of me building it once I figure out what I want to do. Turns out I wasn't quite ready to start building the iron farm. What we did first was actually take out some of the iron golems that have been spawning around the island, which is great for the initial iron. And the other thing we need is dripstone, because we need another lava source if we want to have a cobblestone generator as well as the iron farm. So to do that, we actually pillared out to our first island that we've gone to yet, which luckily is pretty obvious that it has dripstone under it. Ignore the fact that I built all of these islands, so I know there's dripstone on it, but let's pretend like I had really good eyesight and I wore my glasses and I saw there was dripstone. Once we have the iron, once we have the lava, we'll be able to use that during the iron golem grinder. I did find a design. It was a 1.20 design, but looking at it, it just works off base mechanics of the fact that villagers will look if there's an iron golem nearby, and if there isn't, they spawn one. But I also wanted to clean up the islands. So this replay mod here, I'm actually really happy with it. It's quite satisfying to watch because this replay is of an hour's worth of in-game time. I decided that I wanted to tidy some bits up, move some stuff around, and reorganize entirely. It was looking a bit messy. It wasn't looking, you know, top quality island level. So we moved everything from the right-hand side island from our point of view now over to the left island. While I was doing that, I also realized, hey, we have more than enough gravel to put together this final bit of grass on this island. Some of the stuff that we're lacking currently is cobblestone and wood, mainly because I moved the cobblestone generator and I used quite a bit of it during this build. So we need more cobblestone. We also need a lot more wood. So my plan was that I'll plant a bunch of saplings and I'll break them as they grow and just have loads of wood very quickly. What ended up happening was something slightly different. I accidentally ignored them for way too long. One of the things that I'm really enjoying about the islands is that just with these 3 platforms, we've got so much on there. Previously, I thought that we'd need like 5 or 6 of them before we could actually make a massive difference. But I'm kind of treating this as like a single player world, which it is, solo, which it is, but not Skyblock, where I would normally upgrade stuff, level up things quite quickly, get better tools, get better armor, make the jobs later easier, rather than doing a ton of work in the early game and essentially not being as efficient as it could be if I did that during the later game. So I normally try and speed run to the late game before I actually do the bigger projects. Now if you follow streams, I stream on Twitch, Bob the Gamer Twitch, but if you follow the streams, you'll know that I normally don't finish any late game projects. I just speed to the end game and say done and move on to a different thing that I want to do. But this is YouTube, so if I want to keep making episodes, which I do enjoy making, I kind of have to do something. So, hello, this is us doing something. With this iron farm, it's not going to be as efficient as other iron farms that use redstone, but I'm hoping with the fact that we can AFK quite comfortably without the risk of death. As long as we spawn proof everything, we're pretty safe, so the only real risk is phantoms. As long as we keep the phantoms away from our AFK location, we should be fine. There is a moment coming up, which I know about because I witnessed it, and I've already watched this replay once or twice because it's actually really fun to watch. But while I was checking my phone, all of that effort we put into growing those trees may be undone. Accidentally, didn't notice, they caught on fire. By the time I did notice, I didn't really mind it because I really hate cutting down the large trees, so I thought I'll just leave them to it. We ended up having to do it anyway on the other side that did not catch fire, and I ended up putting it out because I started getting concerned about the animals. But we got 4 villagers into the iron farm. You actually need 5 for the design to work, but with you needing 5, I decided just to breed the extra one rather than moving them all again or moving one more again. And we went for a little design here under the iron farm where there's chests. You'll see it in-game. Bob will show you around the final design I went with. But I thought I'd show this time lapse here of us collecting the other side of the trees, which at the time I thought this was might be entertaining and satisfying, but watching it back myself, I'm just cutting down some trees. The idea for the main island where the iron farm is, I want to build around it where our storage can be, our organization, our crafting, our smelters. So no matter what we're doing, I'm hoping that we organically have the iron farm running without having to sit there for like hours on end, just while playing the game, doing projects that don't require any iron. We could potentially having that run organically. The other farm I want to do is once we get 9 hoppers, I want the mob farm to do the same. Just to run in the background, especially now that we can trade potatoes for emeralds. That's pretty cool. So this is the final kind of like design for the main living area. So what we have here, I've started doing some slight organization, which I never really do. So anyone who does know me from streaming will be shocked, I guess. I actually did organization. Normally someone on the SMP will get tired of my base being so unorganized and the chest monsters that I have, and then they'll just organize it for me. But that's not an option here, so I had to do it. What we got going on is we've got some organization, basic organization. We've got like the plant stuff here. We've got 23 iron total currently. This is still going. Let me just grab the iron out of this. I can hear an iron golem melting. So let's let the hopper move that in, and then boom. So we've got another 12. So I think we can actually, can we make an anvil now? We can actually make an anvil now, which is awesome. We've got the hoppers up there. We've also got the hoppers over here underneath the mob farm now, which was very expensive, but it works because now we can just come through here, grab the bones out, turn it to bone meal, and then make more potatoes, and then come over here and then make more emeralds and get all the books that we need. I think next, so we have a mending villager, which is great. I think I want to try and get some more books. With XP is not an issue, so we don't need to worry about that. One of the things I was thinking is I kind of want diamond tools sooner rather than later, so that when we do get the enchants, we don't end up with like an iron sword with some really good enchants on it. I would rather have the diamond sword with some really good enchants on it. So I need to figure out how I make a toolsmith. I've done this so many times and I can never remember. I think a toolsmith if I want the pickaxe, and a weaponsmith if I want the other one. And I think one of them is with iron. That might be the armorer. We're gonna figure this out in real time. Is this the one I'm thinking of? A smithing table? Or is that, well, I'm guessing that's the armorer because this is used within armor. Boom. What job are you? Who wants it? You. Oh, so that's the toolsmith. Okay. And then there's another one, which is the grindstone. And that might be the weaponsmith. No, who's the armorer? Okay, I'm gonna do a cut between now and once I figure this out. That didn't take long as I thought it would. It was the next one I tried. It was the grindstone, and it's this guy, weaponsmith. Oh, you've got, oh, I can get an iron axe for 2 emeralds. Or a sharpness 2 iron sword for 16 emeralds. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. I want one of them. We can use that in the grinder. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought that was a... Oh no, that's just the normal hat. I thought that was a different texture to what it normally is. Okay, I'm just gonna borrow one of these beds then. Ignore the really tiny chat. That was because of a different thing I was doing. Right, so we can get... You're the toolsmith, but I want to level up this guy first, which is why I'm happy there's a cheap one on here. But to do that, we need more emeralds. And to do that, I don't really want to trade my wood anymore because it just takes so long to get it back. But this thing makes bones very quickly. So we can just do some potato trading. I'll probably do that as a quick time lapse of me just doing some potato trades to get some more emeralds, and we'll try and level up the weaponsmith because I think the first thing I'm wanting is a diamond sword that I can put looting on. Looting and mending, and then we can keep it by the gold farm, and that will just increase the amount of gold we get, like a crazy amount. The thing is though, we're getting to the point where there's not too much we can do. except for building, obviously, but like we're progressing very fast through like the tech tree, if you get what I mean. Also, this world doesn't have any generation in it, unfortunately. That's not good. You see a lot of the newer Skyblock series where they eventually get an elytra and they fly away. I don't even know if there's an end in this one. I might have to look into that like off of recording at some point. And if there isn't, we might need to just accept the fact that we're doing this in a broken, old, outdated world that I'm kind of chucking together as we go. And I'll have to just put an end portal out in the middle of nowhere. But I think because this map was the same one I used a few years ago, I think eventually, once you go out far enough, I don't think it's a true void world. I think you can actually go out and find the mainland, which might be an interesting thing to do eventually, is try and find the mainland. I'm pretty sure that'll be like a ridiculous distance out, but if I chuck an end portal pearl and it doesn't take me anywhere, then that might be how we progress further. And we just accept the fact that we don't collect any resources while we're there. But that's so far away. Oh, I've been talking for like 3 minutes. Let's jump into a time lapse. In-game Bob got a little bit distracted there with rambling on about different things. But I'm here just to be straight to the point. We got potatoes. We traded potatoes. We found out we could trade melons for 1-to-1 with emeralds, which is pretty cool. One of the things that we're currently thinking about, we're being me and in-game Bob, is whether we level up the toolsmith or the weaponsmith first. But to do that, we're going to need a lot of emeralds. So one thing that I was thinking was going to the Nether fortress we can see in the Nether and seeing if there's a blaze spawner there. Hopefully there is. If there isn't, I don't know how we get blazes, because we'd have to try and find where the Nether fortress spawns naturally and hope that a blaze spawns in that location. But I don't think we can do that. I'm not sure if there's a way to check, unless we use the weld seed and go into the Nether and figure out where the fortress spawned and then go there in the void and try and get a blaze. I'm not sure, but either way, if we can get a blaze spawner or a blaze to spawn and we can get a blaze rod, we can trade for bear with the brain, it's just delivering the word, rotten flesh into emeralds. We can also trade gold, I believe. I think that's the one that accepts gold for emeralds, which wouldn't be bad if we can get a looting sword. To get a looting sword, we need lots of emeralds. You see where I'm going? So there's going to be quite a grind next episode to just get the emeralds, I think. But I want to see if there's a blaze spawner over there. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever went there last time I played this world. In fact, last time I played this world, I think I did like 30 episodes that were like 7 minutes long. They weren't real episodes. It's what I thought an episode was back in the day, because I was doing an episode a day. So some days I'd only make a 7-minute episode and it would be mostly just time lapses, I say, while we're watching a time lapse. You get my point though. So I want to go over there and see if we can get some blaze rods. That would be really cool. That would progress us much faster. I also need to think of designs where we can get haste. Not haste. You know what I mean. No, you don't, because I haven't told you yet. Where I want to get faster cobblestone generation. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try again next time. Hello, we're back at it, right? That was almost one of those cringy YouTube intros, so ignore that. but we're back at the Skyblock. The reason I say it like that is I haven't played on this world in well over a week and a half now. This episode's due to go up in a couple days and I've only just started recording it. Normally I record quite in advance, but I'll be honest, I've been playing a lot of Auction Not Included over on the Twitch, Bob the Gamer Twitch, and I've been very much enjoying that. So I haven't really been thinking of Minecraft or doing anything with Minecraft in general, but we're here now. So, you know, the episode's due up in a couple days, so I thought at some point I'm gonna have to get it done. Let's start editing this video. So the plan for today is I want some more cobblestone as a start. Plan A, I want more cobblestone. I want to maybe build another couple islands in different areas. So we've got 3 islands currently: the main middle island, the mob slash potato slash villager island, the passive mobs slash temporary lava storage slash farm. If we have another one over there, we can make an actual trading hall. We also want one just for farming and maybe some trees. This one's going to be our storage. So my plan is, if I'm going down the route of wanting a lot more cobblestone, I don't want to farm it up the normal way. So a part of that is I want, hello Iron Golem, I want efficiency V for a pickaxe. I've decided the first thing we're going to do is a pickaxe. So to do that, I want to go into the Nether and I want to see if there's a blaze spawner over there. So I think step 1, also, wait, how do I get to my portal? I haven't left a way to get to my portal. What's directly beneath this? Cobblestone. Okay, and I think directly beneath that is the portal. Wait, let's figure this one out. Yeah, I'm just going to put a ladder here then. This is going to be our way up and down to the portal. Right, that also stops us having that weird water stream where I keep thinking I'm going to swim off the edge of the island. So let's jump to a time lapse. We'll go first person because it's going to be annoying to get there. Do I even have enough blocks to bridge over to it? I don't think so. I have wood, but like, how am I going to get there? It's quite far away. I do have free cam. I might use free cam to go have a look first. Okay, let's jump into a time lapse. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get there, but you'll see the whole process. Right, so Editor Bob might have already told you what we've found, but we're not getting any blazes, which is, ooh, that was terrifying. We need to fix that. I've got pins and needles in my face. That was horrendous. Right, the issue we're having is when we passed that area there, it said that I went into a fortress. Break your way into a nether fortress. Whoops. So I marked it and I've built a little area there, thinking blazes would spawn. No blazes. So there's also no mobs spawning here either. It might be the light levels actually. So wait, what if we did this? Would the light levels might be low enough? Also, I'll use free cam for this. I think that's the end portal. That looks like the end portal up there. So we might have a way to get to the end without the fact where the main world is in a void. Meaning we now have a way to get to the end. That's really cool. Really random. Not seeing it done like that anywhere else. But I'm wondering if that's dark enough now that things can spawn over there. I don't know how far away we have to go. That should be far enough away for things to spawn. But I doubt they're going to do it. Also, I hate running diagonally on bridges, but it was worse to put it up. So how do we go about making things respawn over there? I guess we could do this. Make sure nothing's behind us and shoot our bow. Right, that's gonna get them to all come this way and hopefully fall off. I can see all the way over there, they're still alive. So we're not far enough to despawn them, which makes me wonder if we're even far enough to respawn anything near here. Right, can you get off the bridge? I don't know if this is gonna work. If I don't have this working by the end of the episode, please, if anyone knows how to do this, how to get blazes without a blaze spawner, that would be great. I see them spawning all over Nether fortresses, but we clearly don't have any. I'm a bit stuck on how we get the blazes. Other than just building this platform here out more, how are we supposed to do it? I get so nervous running past this because they can actually push me off. My thoughts are, if we come all the way back here and then run over there, unless we're at the mob spawn cap because of our pigman farm, I don't know why they wouldn't spawn here. I don't actually have the light levels mini HUD mod. So do we just expand this and hope that, make a really big platform here and hope that they spawn on it? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Right, let me figure this one out. There's a chicken there. Hello, chicken. We actually need a chicken, but not from here. This is too dangerous. I need to figure out how we get blazes. Let me do another time lapse while I play around with this. I don't want you guys sitting there watching me mess around and not know what I'm doing. Let me do another time lapse to try and figure something out. I might have just killed a blaze. I'm hoping it didn't go through that weird looking portal thing. Wait, did I get it? Please don't be in the portal. Oh, I got a blaze rod. We have a blaze rod. I just need one, I think. I just want one for the villager. Okay, awesome. We have a blaze rod. Now let's go give it to a villager and see what they will trade us. Please don't fall off the edge. This would be the worst time for you to... Don't push me off, you're pushing me. This would be the worst time to fall off the edge. But we actually got a blaze, and it was from nothing that I did with the platform. Which, I guess now we need to remove that platform. This amazing ladder we have here. It's so easy to get up and down now. We need to clean up the stuff down here as well. Let me press shift. We need to clean up all of this down here. But wait, so now we need 3 cobblestone. I don't even have 3 cobblestone. This is Survival Island, and we don't even... Skyblock. Survival Island? In fact, the first Minecraft video I ever watched... Boom? Blaze... What is this? brewing stand. The first ever YouTube video I watched was actually Yogscast doing a desert survival island, and it was a very confusing concept I had. We can now buy redstone as well. It was a very confusing concept for me, because I remember it was actually my brother who was watching the video on our family computer, and I remember telling him where to go, not understanding the fact he was not in control of what the players did in the game. I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream before, so this might be a first for a few people, but essentially it was Yogscast Survival Island, and it was very early video. I was amazed. I was actually like captured by the game. Eventually we did end up getting the game. We only had one account, unfortunately, between me and my brother. I'm a twin, if you didn't know that. And we got 15 minutes a turn. I got to play for 15 minutes, then my brother got to play for 15 minutes, and we took turns like that for quite a long time. But the first 15 minutes, no one had ever explained in any Minecraft video that to break a block, you have to hold left click. That was not explained anywhere. I was quite young at the time. So the first like 15 minutes, my turn, I couldn't figure out how to break a single block. I spawned in a swamp biome, and I was going around trying to break the trees, and I couldn't figure it out. The only block I could break was mushrooms, and it turned out it was because they're instant breaks. And then it was my brother's turn, and he had been keeping a secret that he knew you had to hold left click. But I threw a mighty fit, and I managed to get my turn added back onto the queue. And then, and then what, 10, 15 years later, and I now play it on YouTube on my own computer, and I get to play it as much as I like. And ironically, I got burnt out and stopped enduring it every 6 months, but then I like it again, so here we are. And I know how to break blocks. Right, we have emeralds. We can now trade rotten flesh, so the gold farm is immediately worth a lot more. Also, we can now trade gold. I didn't actually check how much it was. Is it you? So 2 gold is 1 emerald, which isn't bad. Where's the librarian? So you do mending. I want an efficiency IV pickaxe. So we probably have enough emeralds to buy one of them now. So all we got to do, unless we want to level up the toolsmith, do we level you up? I don't know if I want to level you up and try and get a diamond one. That would make a lot of sense. It would be much better than a iron efficiency IV one. So I feel like for future, we should definitely have diamond. So let me do that. Oh, you buy iron. Okay. How fast would that level you up? Let's go find out. Let's go grab some of our iron. We do need an anvil. So maybe we make the anvil, then trade everything else. Depends how much we have. We have 55. I want to use the iron to level it up to the next level. Oh, and 28. Awesome. We actually get this quite fast. I'm pretty happy with the speeds of the iron farm. At first, I was a bit nervous because it's not the best design. Right, can't do any more of that. Can't do that. What are we doing? You. Yes, you. So if we do this, boom, that will level you up to the next one, which will give the most XP. Let's see what you do. Diamond hoe. Okay, we can only get a few of you. Efficiency shovel. Oh, this actually still does quite a lot of XP, so let's do that. Give me a diamond pickaxe. Another diamond shovel. A diamond shovel is not too bad. How much XP is that? Not very good. What about you? Okay. So we need to level it up once more. It can level up once more. So we have to wait for you to reset. I think it's the time of whoops. I just picked up like everything that I don't want right now. So you can have that back. Diamond hoe. Let's grab these just because they're diamond. You're all gonna sleep. I'm gonna go sleep as well, and then I'll be back in the morning for more trades. We should be able to make the anvil now as well, which is pretty cool. So let me make the anvil. Let's do that real quick. 1, 2, 3. Anvil. We have an anvil. Awesome. This was pretty scary at one point because we realized we needed an anvil way too late. I hadn't planned to make an iron farm. In my head, I was going to get looting and put it on a sword using wood only. Wasn't the smartest idea. Now we only have 16, but there is a golem melting currently, so let's grab that. We can use that for the actual trading. Boom, another 7. Put that in there. We could get some gold as well for some more emeralds. Might have some more rotten flesh in here. I should have been collecting the rotten flesh from the gold farm. We would have so much of it by now. Right, so they're doing their social, I believe. Where's the... You? No, you're the weapon. You? No. This one. Right, so we can't actually do anything with it yet. Okay, let's go get another lectern. We need another lectern. Let me do a cut and we'll be right back with a lectern. Right, we have the lectern, which is great. Turned out I didn't have any leather, but luckily I just went into the nether and we had some sitting in there ready for us. Also, we have a ton of rotten flesh that was over there that I thought I'd bring back as well. Do I kill this iron golem? I'm gonna shoot the iron golem. Whoops. Right, you can't hit me, can you? Okay, I might have panicked. I'm scared. Okay, we're good. Right, what were we doing? Which one of you wants rotten flesh? You. Let's do some more of this trading, which also levels this guy up, which is pretty decent. And then we need the lectern. We want efficiency IV. There should be 1 left. There you go. Okay, that's gonna take a while. Where's the tools? Do we have 2 toolsmiths? What are you? Oh, you're the weaponsmith. You're the toolsmith. Okay, can we do a few more of these? Boom. Right, you're gonna level up. Give us a diamond pickaxe. Boom. And it has unbreaking, which is awesome. So if we get 2 of these, then we only need... In fact, I can do that now. No, do I do that now? I'm gonna get everything ready, then we do it. But now that we can get 2 of these, we can actually add unbreaking on it pretty much for free. That's awesome. So now we need you. Right, we're gonna have to roll this. Right, let's enable the time lapse. Right, where did they go? This might take a while if they keep walking off. Okay, let's check our statistics. Right, items, times broken. Lectern, 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 lectern. Where is it? We've done it more than 0. Where's a lectern? Times broken? Times used, times crafted, picked up. Picked up maybe? Would it be in here? No, maybe. Lectern. Oh, did we not do it much last time? Oh, there it is. Lectern. Times picked up 5, and we have to pick it up to replace it. So let's do a time lapse. Currently at 5. Make your predictions. I know we did this last time, but let's redo it. Make your predictions down below. How many times is it going to take us to break it? And then add on how close you were. Right, let's give it a time lapse. Right, Okay, I need to stop starting that with right, because every single time I'm starting it with right. Anyway, we changed the plan. We picked up looting free and breeded some more villagers so we can, whoops, I keep going over there. So we can carry on and try and get the efficiency IV. The reason I picked up the looting free is mainly for, I don't want to not have that for a while. That's going to be one of the next things we try and get, as well as efficiency. On the pickaxe, I want a looting free diamond sword, preferably with sharpness, which we'll find out if we can get that for free from the weaponsmith. Once we've leveled them up once more, we should hopefully be able to get a diamond sword. From that, we'll be able to get a lot of rotten flesh from the gold farm, as well as more gold and things like that, which would be great to have. We need to, next island I think needs to be the farming island that we build, because we need more sugarcane. If we've now got a way to get to the end quite easily in the Nether, therefore we need to start thinking of what we're going to do once we have an elytra. I don't know what the end island looks like, but I'm assuming it's vanilla, because it's already a void world. So once we've got a villager grown up enough that we can, you know, put them straight into a trade, we're going to get them looking for that efficiency enchant. But now we have the looting free, so we just need the diamond sword to go with it. So hopefully the weaponsmith can give us a diamond sword, preferably with sharpness, so we don't then need to go looking for the sharpness enchant as well. But worst case, we've got a cheap way to get bookshelves now, which is really cool, and that's what you use to make a lectern. So worst case is not a bad case. So let's wait for one of these to grow up. I really hope you enjoyed the movie. We do this every 5 episodes. We do a movie, so it gives me a break from doing these weekly, which isn't this fixed schedule. It just, that seems to be what happened. We didn't have one last week because it was Christmas. I hope everyone who celebrates had a great Christmas. Other than that, I'll catch you in episode 11 next week or the next movie.